Hello. Welcome. My name is DeKesha Williams, your virtual COO. And today I do want to talk to you a little bit about how to generate revenue or how to use webinars to generate revenue in your business. We're going to have a conversation and I'm going to do a little bit of training. I always like to, got to make sure that the video is there, but I always like to make sure that, I tell you a little bit about me, so that you can know that, hey, I'm not some newbie that's, just getting into this space. But real quick, my name is DeKesha Williams, your virtual COO. I have been an entrepreneur for over 10 years and my bracelet keep hitting thing. But we've been using webinars for the last 2015. Y'all do the math. That's about 6 years, right? And so we actually teach people how to launch their online courses, how to enroll people into their signature program, how to get people into their coaching program, all using the vehicle of webinars. And the reason why this vehicle stands out for me is because actually I have two children at the time of this training. They are currently 15 and 21. I know. I got a 15-year-old and a 21-year-old. Yes, I do. Um, but I needed a vehicle where I did not have to travel a lot. I needed a vehicle that would allow me to generate revenue from the football field, the basketball court, or gymnastics. All right. And so webinar seems to be, it just so happened to be the vehicle that I started to teach on back in 2015. Now, here is what I want to share with you in our time together. So, I got some notes here, but I want to switch them up just a little bit. So, the first thing that I want you to do, and actually I have this at number 1, but the first thing that I want you to do is set the intention before your webinar goes live. Can we say that again? Set the intention before the webinar actually goes live. So, well, what do you mean, DeKesha? So you have to ask yourself, why am I actually hosting the webinar? Am I hosting a webinar because my coach says so? Am I hosting a webinar because I see other coaches doing so? No, you have to really think about, like, what's the end goal? What is your end result of actually using webinars in your business or using the webinar at this particular time? Because I teach my students that you can actually have a webinar at every point of entry for your ecosystem or your funnel. And hopefully you guys know what a funnel is. Sorry, got my little chair going. Hopefully you know what a funnel is. So, there's 3 phases of a funnel. So you have like your awareness, the top of the funnel. You have the consideration where they're getting to know you, which is the middle of the funnel. And then you have the bottom of the funnel where they actually convert into a client. And this is where you actually deliver your product. So one of the things that I teach my students is you can actually monetize off of having a webinar at every entry point or every point of interaction in your funnel. Crazy, right? So what am I saying to you? I'm saying that you can use a webinar as a lead generation, right, tool. You can use a webinar as a nurturing sequence. I had to think about the next one. And you can actually use a webinar to deliver or to convert a lead into an actual client. Y'all better write that one down in your notes. I'm telling you, golden nuggets. All right. So what is the intention of the webinar? Are you using it as a lead generation tool? Are you using it as a nurturing tool? Are you using it as a conversion mechanism? So most of the times when you hear me training, I'm teaching you to use the webinar as a conversion mechanism. So let's set the intention now. So if you make the commitment that you want to go out here and you want to, have your first 10K launch, 20K launch, 100K launch, whatever K that you are at, once you set the intentions, then you need to do number 2. And I want you to pay attention to your offer. This is the part that gets really interested and get a lot of entrepreneurs hung up in this space. And that's because their offer does not align with their audience. Well, what do you mean? So we have a tendency, and I have a difference of opinion or perspective on this one, but we have a tendency to create a product before we realize or before we even do the market research to make sure that the client actually wants that particular product. I've seen a lot of coaches, consultants, speakers, authors. They'll go here and they'll spend weeks and weeks and weeks creating like the course content, and they don't necessarily know or have not done the research to even know or validate. There you go. Validate that their actual audience is struggling from the solutions that this particular course creates or solves. So understanding that your offer has to be in alignment with your ideal client, and I'll give you an example. So typically when we do our lead generation, right? It's always around some type of webinar. So when I first started out in the space, and actually we still have it. So we have a lead magnet called the webinar checklist. You can go to it by going to the URL, thewebinarchecklist.com, right? And so if I'm promoting the webinar checklist, 9 times out of 10, they want to learn more about using webinars, right? So my offer is going to match my lead generation tool. A couple of years ago, I was teaching some of my high level clients how to build a team. And so we created a lead magnet that was specifically around outsourcing, top 10 things that you can outsource in your business. So if someone opts into that, what do you think that they are more interested in? They're probably more interested in learning how to build a team. So am I going to sell webinars to somebody that's interested in outsourcing? Probably not. So you have to think about who's in your tribe, who's in your ecosystem, who's on your list, who's in your Facebook group, what's the problem that they have, and does your offer, I don't care if it's a mastermind, if it's a 6-week course, if it's an intensive, a boot camp, whatever the offer is it in alignment with your audience? So you want to make sure that the offer that you're pitching at the end is in direct alignment with the problems that they're having. So if you are a CPA, tax preparer, if you're in an accounting space, right? You want to make sure that you're pitching something that's going to help them solve the problem. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to speak a little bit from experience, right? 9 times out of 10, your books are probably all over the place. Been there, done that, fix it. Don't judge. What's the other one? You probably need someone to continue to set up your books, right? So your offer needs to dictate that. Hey, I can solve these problems. So long story short, make sure that you set the intentions, and then make sure that you understand that the offer is in alignment with the problem that you solve. And let's talk a little bit about the offer and the price point, because I get this question a lot. Like, how much can I sell from a webinar? And to be quite honest with you, you can sell any dollar amount from a webinar. It's the call to action which differentiates based on the dollar amount of the offer. Got it? So you can offer, or you can pitch a $30,000 program or product from a webinar. We've been doing it for the last probably 4 years. I think I started teaching webinars, and I started the course. I sold the Webinar Success Blueprint course in 2017. So we've been enrolling people in our coaching programs. We've been enrolling people in our 3-day intensive, our courses, all from webinars. So let me help you with the price points just a little bit. And then just for hanging out with me, I'm going to share one of the strategies that I share with my students on how they can generate 120 leads to 240 leads in 30 days or less. All right, let's go. All right, so number one, price point. So anything under $1,000, got it? Write this one down. Anything under $1,000 will you can actually pitch that live from the webinar. So you want to make sure in your closing slides that you're spending about probably 20 to 30 minutes just on the close when you have $1,000 or less product. And so that could be your $697, that could be your $997. You can even do a $1497. I've done up to $2,000 to be quite honest with you. But yeah, so for the last 20 to 30 minutes, it's all about the actual, those slides focus 1000% on that offer. Now, typically you see like courses, a lot of digital courses are sold under the $2,000 mark. So if you are a course creator and you have a digital course, you can sell your course live on your webinar at the end of your presentation. Got it? The beautiful thing about this, you guys, is that once you've mastered converting live, you can actually automate your webinar system, and you can just drive traffic to an automated webinar. And I'm going to share with you. So I'll have a link that I can share with you of the system that I use. It's called Easy Webinar Platform, and the founder is Casey Zeman. Yes, I absolutely love it. I think I did a video before that tells you why I love Easy Webinar so much. If I don't, I have to do another one. But let me tell you real quick, and then I'll tell you how to get the leads, and I'm out of here. So really quickly, why I absolutely love Easy Webinar is the segmentation that you can do once they actually register for your webinar. You can actually do this on a live webinar and an automated webinar. So stay with me, right? And so you can segment based off behavior. So when someone registers for your webinar, you can actually tag them as register for the webinar. Yeah, you can do it in Zoom, but wait till I get to the end, okay? So you can actually check the behavior of people that left early, people that stayed to the end, people that saw the offer and did not buy. And the whole purpose is to get that replay back in front of them so that they see the offer. And what if they didn't take advantage of the offer? You can actually create a unique email campaign that specifically A, puts the offer back in front of them, or B, puts another offer so you can downsell. Yep, I'm giving y'all all the goods today. All right, so that's one of the reasons that I absolutely love Easy Webinar, and I'll use Easy Webinar over Zoom. Sorry, Zoom. I mean, no love lost here. You know, Zoom is great for live, like interaction, live workshop, live intensive, where you're doing, you know, you got all the screens and all the people and you're doing the interaction. But when you're doing a traditional webinar and you're selling your course, you're selling your intensive. And I tell a lot of my clients, listen, turn the camera off if you don't want to be on video. Turn the camera off and use PowerPoint. At this particular time, at this day and age, like they've accepted the fact that you're not going to always be visually there, and that is okay. So, you know, don't think that, oh, they're going to think that it's not personable. Give them some worksheets, y'all. I'm telling you, give them some worksheets, give them something to do so they're not paying attention to the fact that your face is not there. Got it? Got it. All right. All right. So last but not least, and then I got to run because I've got another appointment. But here is, if you are having cash flow problems in your business, do this first. If you are struggling to generate leads or you have cash flow problems in your business, here's what I want you to do. Now, about 5 years ago, we did this in our business. So here's what I tell my students to do. I tell them to do 8 webinars in 30 days. I know I just lost some of y'all. I know some of y'all are like, what? Girl, I can't even do 1. And you want me to do 8? Let me tell you how I get it done. And it's the exact same webinar. You can actually change the title if you want to, just to see which one actually gets a higher conversion. So like for me, I did one on like a Sunday, then I came around and did it on a Tuesday. I never do them on Saturday. Doing this particular exercise, I might have. I can't remember, y'all. So long ago. Then I came back and did it on a Monday, then a Thursday. You pick 2 days, week 3, and then you pick another 2 days in week 4. But here's what you will realize. You will actually realize what is the best time for your audience. So if you have an audience of entrepreneurs, you can do a webinar in the middle of the day and have a pretty good turnout. If you do a webinar at night, because a majority of your clients actually still have a 9 to 5, you'll probably get a good turnout. But listen, know your number. So when you do the 8 webinars, Monitor like how many people register, how many people show up, and how many people close. Now, here's the other tidbit for you. The goal is to only get 30 people to register for each webinar. You can't beat that. 30 people to register for each webinar. If you're doing twice a week, that's 60 people a week. That's probably more leads that you're getting in your business right now. Right? Multiply that by 4. That's 240 leads. If you don't want to be as aggressive and do 8, you can do 4. That's once a week. We currently have one that goes, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., right? And the goal is to get 30 people minimum on there every single week. Here is why. My conversion rate is about 33% when I get you on the telephone. All right. And I know that if I get 30 people, maybe 15 show up, I'm just giving you some easy numbers. I'm going to close at least 1 per webinar. So that's 2 a week. We have a $9,000 offer. That's $18,000 a week. Is it worth you doing 8 webinars a month or 1 a week? You can comment below. Let me know. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, you can either make $9,000 a week or $18,000 a week. The choice is yours. All right. So that's how I teach them to go to generate, 120 to 240 leads in the next 30 days. They can generate anywhere from 10K to, oh boy, you do the math. Hold on one second. Let me see. What did I say? 18. So that's, oh wow, $72,000. Okay. So you can type that in the comments. So you can do anywhere from 10K to $70,000 depending on the price point of your product. I mean, even if your product is like $9,000, $997 or $1,000. If you sell 1 a week or 2 a week, that's $1,000 to $2,000 a week. You can go from $4,000 to $8,000 a month. So for all my folks that's out here trying to get to 10K, I just gave you one of the easiest solutions for you to get to 10K or at least 8K. All right. Increase your conversion rate and you can get to 10K. So, just to kind of recap, it's number 1, setting the intentions. Please go back and watch this from the beginning. Set the intentions, understand the offer, make sure that it's in alignment. I gave you some, my top platform that I love to use. And I also gave you a strategy on how you can create 100 to 240 leads within 30 days or less. So I invite you to become a part of the webinar clinic. If you want to learn more about webinars, we do this every 6 weeks. It is a free 4-hour intensive training on using webinars in your business to be profitable. And you can also get a free gift at thewebinarchecklist.com. That's thewebinarchecklist.com. My name is DeKesha Williams, your virtual COO. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. I'll see you guys next time.